and welcome to this week's weekly Knit Chit Chat. If you're new around here and you don't know who I am, hello, welcome. I am Jessica, the knitting pattern designer behind Snickerdoodle Knits, the design mentor, facilitator behind the design circle, podcaster, all those kinds of things, and one of the founding members of In Tandem, a knit and crochet zine. So, hello, the happiest maker and patty crafts. I'm excited to see you. How are you doing? I usually like to start the weekly Knit Chit Chat with asking you 3 words to describe your last week. So, how's your week been? And if you're watching the replay, you can go ahead and pop that in the comments. But how are you? Hello, everybody joining. How are you doing? How's your week been? I actually did write down 3 words this time. I felt like since the last time we chatted, my week was productive. Well, actually not the last time we chatted. The last time we chatted, we were talking with Julianne, a featured designer chat. So, so the 3 words that I had come up with were productive, aligned, and forward. Getting stuff done, finally feeling more like myself. Thank you. I don't actually remember your first name. Valerie. Valerie said she loves my scarf. This is the In a Mood scarf. If you haven't watched any of the past weekly Knit Chit Chats, this is one of my designs. It is similar idea to the In a Mood shawl, which has the same 4 stitch motifs, and you just get to choose when you want to knit it. Same thing with this design. I chose to do 1 loop with drop stitches, garter and stockinette, 1 loop with the inside out garter rib, and 1 loop with the lace. But I did finally get the pattern done writing and sent to my tech editor. She said she'll look at it next week, and then hopefully test knitting will start next week. And the other similar pattern is the In a Mood Cowl. Same stitches, same idea, knit what you want when you want, change colors when you want. And this one, I'm still hoping to have the pattern done writing this week, but I also still have not started writing the pattern. So there's that. But I'm hoping to have it to my tech editor by the end of the week. And tomorrow I have something personal that came up tomorrow, so I'm not going to be working tomorrow. So basically that means I want to get the pattern written tonight. So we'll see. So my words were productive, aligned, and forward. And forward meaning like just actually moving forward. So that's fun and exciting. Does anybody have 3 words to share about their week? I'm in a new spot. I am still at my house, but I am now down on the main level. There's 2 levels, and I shared it in my stories the other day, but we got these new chairs, and so now I have backdrop here. So this corner, I've always there's also a bookcase here with scrapbooks and things like that on it, some musical stuff. So I've always wanted to make this a little nook with a chair and it's a whole reading nook, but I didn't really know how to incorporate it into the living room, and I hadn't actually intended to make this a solution, but we bought chairs for a living room, and it just so works that this basically comes into the nook. I just have to push it back a tad bit more, so that's fun. These are all fake plants behind me, or artificial, if you want to, be correct. And then over here, these are just some, canvases. There. canvases of just different photos I've taken. I enjoy just taking like nature photos and like up close random detail shots and stuff. So this is Glacier Park, Montana, where I grew up in Montana. I think this is actually when I went to Finland. So it has fun memories attached to that. This is from near where I went to college in Laramie, Wyoming. It's a detailed shot of like some grass and stuff. And then that one up there, that is Teton National Park in Wyoming. So, just fun. I printed those out like a year or more ago probably. But anyway, yeah, so I'm excited to be here. And I have knit blanket here, so that's fun. This is my Nestle Diamonds blanket pattern. I initially made it for my best friend was having a baby, and I wanted to make her a blanket, and so I designed the Nestle Diamonds blanket for that purpose, and then I made one for myself. So the pattern has a whole bunch of different sizes and stuff, but yeah, it matches really well, I feel like, over here. Yes, so that's my new scenery. Hello to new folks joining. If you have 3 words to describe your week, feel free to do so. I keep moving the camera, I'm sorry. What else has been going on? Okay, so now we chat on Thursdays. Last Friday, I met up with a friend who, Elephant Cat on Instagram is her name, but she goes by Cat, and she's from Australia, but her in-laws, her spouse is from North Carolina, basically. So they are over here visiting in-laws for a while. Now they're headed to the last part of their trip before going home. But anyway, they were here in North Carolina, and so we met up while she was here, and it so happened that last weekend was also the Southern Comforts Fiber Market. I think that's right. Anyway, it's a fiber market that some folks just started here in Charlotte area last year. So this was the second time they had it. And so we just met up and went to the fiber market, talked to all the yarny people, and then we went out for Vietnamese food after that. And I think that's the first time I've had Vietnamese food. There was a dish that we ordered. It's kind of like the idea of an omelet with stuff inside of it. And I wasn't sure what I was going to think, and it was so good. I really, really liked it. Yeah, so that was my Friday. And I am the worst, like, customer, shopper, market attender because I kind of struggle spending money, I guess, sometimes, and especially like if it's just on myself. And I don't really love adding to my stash when I don't know what it's going to be for, because Southern Comforts Fiber Market. Thank you, Natalia. Yeah, and Natalia was there earlier in the day and we missed her, so that was too bad. Yeah, so I'm just like a terrible shopper. I actually feel kind of bad going to like these markets and festivals and things, and I go there to socialize and touch all the pretty things, but I don't buy anything. Oh yeah, so what I was saying was I really don't like adding stuff to my stash that I don't have a plan for, because I realize when I do that, then later I don't know what to do with it. And I just want new yarn for a specific project. So yes. Yeah, so that was Friday. Over the weekend, I got some yard work done. Still have a bit more to do. I kind of hadn't been doing much in the backyard. so it needed a bit of attention. Like we've been bowing and stuff like that, but as far as like weeding in the flower area and mostly weeding. Yeah. And then Tuesday, like I said, I chatted with Julianne. If you didn't catch us live or you haven't seen the replay is available on both on Instagram and on YouTube. Julianne is just a lot of fun to chat with, and I definitely lost track of time while we were chatting. Like usually I like have a pretty good idea of what time it is, keep my eye on the clock, and it was like, what time did we talk? 12 o'clock? It was like 12:20, and then the next time I looked at the clock it was like 12:50. So that one went a little bit over an hour, but it was a lot of fun to chat with her. She is one of the other featured designers in the Knitters Planner this year. So I announced last week that I have a pattern that will be coming out with the Knitters Planner 2023 version. Yeah, so we chatted a little bit about that, and I feel like we just chatted yarny stuff. We did talk a little bit about like tips for new designers and stuff like that. Thought there was another tangent I was just going to go on with all of that, but oh yeah, so with the Knitters Planner stuff, sounds like I will be chatting with Megan Jones, I think is her last name. I did not look that up. She's another one of the designers with the Knitters Planner. So she'll be the featured designer next month, September. I think September 8th is what we're planning on. And then I'm still hoping, I haven't heard back yet. I'm hoping to chat with Angela Tong in October if I can get that scheduled. I only have her social media contact information and she's not following me, so I know that my messages have gone into her message request folder, which of course is one of the lovely parts of Instagram. So anyway, I don't know what the likelihood of actually getting that on the schedule will be, but I'm still hopeful. Yeah, and then like I said, I finished this pattern, got that off to the tech editor. Another big project that's been on my plate was for the design. The design circle's almost a year old. That's crazy. I'm already like reliving a bunch of the memories from last year of like the anxiety of like launching it, and I didn't have all of my marketing stuff done before we went on to vacation in Maine, and so I was still working on vacation. And anyway, and then I had capped it at 25 people to start with because I just didn't know how it all was gonna go. I didn't want it to be like too overwhelming, and so I capped it at 25 people, and it sold out like less than halfway through the launch. And anyway, just so many crazy memories and emotions, and so it's a lot of fun to look back on the last year, everything that's happened in there. Anyway, so the reason I was saying that is because it's time for renewal time almost for the founding members, and there's been a bunch of changes on the back end, and so I've been having to figure out how to get them to renew but via a different system and sort of keep them on the old system without charging them. Anyway, it's a whole big long thing. I got the first part figured out. I'm still trying to figure out how to manage the rest of it without like it sending like, oh, your memberships are canceled, and then saying, oh, you have a new account. And I really want to avoid sending them lots of emails that are just confusing, but that's where that is. Oh yeah, and then we had this morning a workshop inside of the design circle. We chatted about email list and lead magnets. Those are always fun, the workshops are, because we basically just hang out and chat about our ideas and things like that. So, And then the last thing I had on my list of what has happened is getting more guests on the list. I haven't signed all of the contracts yet, but Anna Johanna is supposed to be coming on as a featured designer later this year, and I think Natalie Warner of Natalie and Stitches. Anyway, that's exciting. Inside the design circle, we have Tanny Morgan and Mina Phillips that will be joining us to talk about money mindset and teaching? No? Yeah? Teaching as a stream of income? Maybe? Maybe not. Maybe it's YouTube, not like creating videos. I don't actually remember. Anyway, lots of exciting stuff coming up. Yeah. But I made some sort of what's the word? Impromptu purchases. That's not the right word, but back when I had Leonie Dawson on the design circle, afterwards I went on her website, and she has she's artsy creative, and so she has this whole page of products that she uses and loves, and I've kind of been on this journey of been wanting to do more artsy hobby stuff, and so I've ended up with some stuff in my Amazon cart, and then the other day I bought them. So we will see how much I love them. But one of them was this they're like these markers. They are markers, but it's supposed to look like it was painted. I think it's kind of like the idea I'm thinking of, when you write on a car, after somebody gets married or something. I'm guessing it's kind of the same idea, but it's meant for actual paper, and examples on a chalkboard or on sneakers or something. I don't know why I said sneakers. Tennis shoes. Yeah, so I haven't tried it yet. I just got them. But that's what they look like, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to test out. And then the other, if anybody's familiar with them, let me know. I probably should have done more research before I bought them, but just lots of colors. Super fun, I think. Yeah, and then the other thing is Watercolor Set, which is fun. This one I haven't even opened the package at all to see the items, to see the item, I guess. I don't know. Let's see if I can get it out of the box. It's in this box thing, container thing. Is that the right end? I think it is. There we go. All sorts of colors. I am not artistic, I wouldn't say, but I find artsy, craftsy stuff fun, and I've dabbled just a tiny bit with this kind of stuff in the past, but haven't ever gotten my own sets or anything. And this has so many colors. Does that tell me on the box how many colors? 45. And apparently they're half pans. Just little cute little. So anyway, I think it'll be fun to play with that, but maybe you should ask for recommendations. Do you have any specific recommendations on where to start painting, how to start? Are there coloring books for painting, or I have from architectural school, I have some drawing book things where I could just play around. That's a heavier duty paper. So anyway, yeah. That's all my exciting stuff. Before I hopped on, I was going to, sorry if this is really loud, I was going to count my stitches on my cardigan. So if you're not familiar, this is the Maema Cardigan. I'm knitting it with Malabrigo Yarn, and I work on it on my lives, on different calls, and it has been a while since I've counted stitches, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably beyond the point where I was supposed to like separate for sleeves and stuff, and so I probably have like a whole bunch of extra stitches, a whole bunch of extra rounds. They are rows. I might have to rope back. So I was gonna count before I hopped on the call, but that did not happen. So I might just keep knitting. Yeah. I know somebody had requested to join while I was chatting. Valerie, I think, had. I don't know if she's still here. Nope, she is not. Those of you that are here, would you like to come on and chat about anything? Tell us what you've been working on. Have you been working on any artsy projects, creative projects? I see Natalia is on, and I saw, Natalia, your picture. So Natalia is also located here in Charlotte area, and it's still warm here, and she was wanting some pictures with her blanket or quilt or something, blanket, outside by the campfire, and so she was out by the campfire taking photos. I thought that was super cute, and totally, I've done stuff like that. I can totally relate. So that was fun. Either of you interested in hopping on? No worries if not. Happy to invite you if so. Feel free to either just comment down in the comments down below, or send a request to join if you'd like to join. But yeah, I guess, I'm just boring. What else? I made some banana pancakes yesterday. I really enjoyed them, but I like pancake stuff and I like bananas. So, hello to the new folks joining. I'm just rambling because I have nothing else to talk about. But if you'd like to share how you're doing, what you're up to, if you've been working on any projects, feel free to share in the comments. Otherwise, I will probably end this live before too long. Happy Friday Eve! Yes, and banana pancakes. Yes, that is a good point. Tomorrow's Friday, which is exciting. It's something interesting, I guess as a business owner who's trying to really run a business that I love around things that I'm passionate about, sometimes I feel a little bit, I used to not take weekends off. I used to just work all the time. So that's only been the last few months that I've been doing better about that. And now I sometimes feel guilty when I'm excited about it being Friday and being the weekend, because I'm doing what I love. But I think everything, it's good to have some balance, right? You can enjoy other things in life too. So yes, happy Friday Eve. Do you have any weekend plans? We're just gonna be helping friends and stuff. Banana pancakes are the best. Yes. What do you like on your pancakes for toppings? Growing up, I always had pancake, peanut butter, and syrup, but we never had real maple syrup. We had fake maple syrup, which is still the stuff that I like. But yogurt and stuff is good on pancakes too. And then my husband, his family, they like to use butter instead of peanut butter, and they like to put chocolate chips in their pancakes, on their pancakes. Love the new background. Thank you. It's perfectly natural to look forward to the weekend, even as a small business owner. Yeah, thank you. I know that you were a little bit later joining the live, but if you want to hear all about my background, I talked all about it earlier at the beginning of this live, so you can catch it in the replay. I know that you watch the replays, so yeah, I guess with that, oh, let's see, I didn't even think of, has to be maple syrup for you, yes. And actually the real stuff, motivation. We always had syrup or honey. When I found out about peanut butter, it changed everything. So much easier to take and eat in the car. Oh, yes, that's so true. And peanut butter is always good. Like, I mean, you can skip the pancake and just do the banana and peanut butter, and that's really good too. Maybe I should, just start a whole segment to talk about food on the weekly Knit Chit Chats. There's something about, you were talking about traveling, like taking it on the go, eating it in the car. I feel like no matter what I take, it shouldn't be messy. But if I take it in the car, I'm gonna, like, if I had a pancake with peanut butter on it, I would drop it, it would like fall on the seat, and then it would like fall in like 5 different places on the floor, and it would still be a disaster. Combo of bananas and honey on both pancakes and in sandwiches. Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, at first I was thinking like a ham and cheese sandwich with like pickles and tomatoes and lettuce and then adding bananas and honey. But what I do, so on bread, I'll do peanut butter, honey, and bananas. Same idea though. But I haven't ever, I'm sure I have, but I don't usually think of honey on pancakes. Also enjoy Vegemite, the Australian spread, and honey and sandwiches occasionally. My nan introduced it to me. Karen is sitting there eating caramel fudge that your daughter made for you. That sounds really, really good. I like my sweet foods a lot. Caramel, chocolate. Oh, now I'm gonna have to, actually, that's a good point. I need to start dinner soon. It's already 4:30 here. I was going to, so I haven't been doing super great about like actually creating like a whole meal plan, like this on this day, this on that day. But I have been like deciding what meals I want to make for the week. So I was gonna make some chicken taquitos, and that's a crock pot recipe, so I can't do that today. I had like a chicken and rice thing. I had some roasted veggies. There was something else. I don't remember. Just don't tell your diabetic nurse. Yeah, so maybe I'll make like chicken and rice with roasted veggies for dinner tonight. What are you having for dinner? I love how this has become all that food. For some reason, the one that comes to mind right now is Stroopwafels that are made, like, originated in the Netherlands. I really love those. Those are really, really good. They're caramel. I think that's what made me think of it. They're caramel with, like, a really thin baked waffle thing. Yeah, well, okay, so I was trying to think of a motivational thing to leave you with. And we were talking about the weekend. Leftovers. Good. I like leftovers. They're so easy. Okay, motivation is, since we were talking about Fridays and not feeling a bit guilty about being excited for the weekend, my motivation for you is to just live with less guilt. Like, don't feel as much guilt and shame around the decisions you make, because usually when we do that, it's not because we're actually feel bad about our decision. Like, I don't feel, just like, I'm excited about Friday, like, yay, that's good, right? But then, like, the guilt and the shame is, like, around what we think society wants us to do, or, like, making other people happy, or things like that. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, my inspiration is that motivation is for us to move forward without feeling sorry for living life and enjoying it. Karen had working breakfast and lunch today, so no dinner tonight. Wonderful. Yeah, love that. Thank you. Good. What's my closing line? I'm blanking. I've got food on my mind now. How am I supposed to think of anything else? My husband likes to give me a hard time about how excited I get about food. Anytime he gets food, not anytime. I try to be better about it. But if I'm like in the same vicinity as him and I hear him like opening the fridge, going to the pantry, opening a bag, I'm like, what are you eating? And I want it. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, okay, I guess what I usually leave you with is to remind you that you are on your own journey, so take charge of it so that you are enjoying the journey that you are on, and I think that's that spiel. And so I leave you with big hugs, lots of love, and I hope you have a very beautiful rest of your week. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and thank you so much for hanging out here, whether you're here live or watching the replay. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you hanging out and keeping me company, and all of your support in all of the different forms. So yeah, I hope you know you're appreciated, and maybe go tell somebody else that you appreciate them. I'll talk to you later, and happy Friday Eve.